Next thing we're going to do is holster draw. I'm running an appendix holster right now, so I'm going to go over the steps for how to properly and safely draw from the holster. It's important that you draw safely from the holster because if you have a bad grip on the gun, you're going to lose control of that gun. It's a bad time for you. So, step one for a pretty scary draw is defeating the cover garment. So, what I do, I grab a whole bunch portion of my shirt, make sure it is out of the way. Once my cover garment is out of the way, I'm going to take my dominant hand, properly grip the gun as best I can. I'm going to pull the gun straight up out of the holster, rotate it to the target. The support hand is going to come up, meet it with the gun. I'm going to present it to the target. Once my sights have good sight picture and sight alignment, I'm going to shoot. Okay. So again, from the start, grab as much shirt as you can, bring it up, make sure it's out of the way, maintain good grip, pull it straight up out of the holster, rotate it to the target. Hand goes onto the gun, bring it up to the target, get sight picture, get sight alignment, and commence shooting. Now, equally important is reholstering. Again, very important that you reholster properly and you make sure that your holster is clear. So, if you're running appendix holster and your shirt gets in the way, or if it's covering it again, just take a second, grab your shirt, look down, make sure that your holster is empty, there's no obstruction, because once something gets in your trigger and pulls that trigger and it's pointing towards you, you're not going to have a good time. And safety, again, is our biggest priority, okay? So again, take your time, no need to rush this, look at your holster physically and make sure that your holster is empty. Slowly insert the gun until it locks into place. For my guys that are running strong side with overshirt. So for you guys, one of the tricks that I do if I'm ever doing that kind of situation is, I know if you want to rush it, you can come up and just grab it like that. Not my preferred method because there's always a chance that the shirt can come down and over the holster or the gun. So what I do is I take an extra step of safety, grab my shirt, bring it up, use my support hand to actually hold my shirt up while I grab the gun, bring it up out of the holster, and then rotate it to the target. Hands up, rotate the gun, and then shoot. Okay? Make sense? So we're going to do dry fire for now, just to get you guys used to the motion of doing that. If you have any questions or concerns, let us know. And again, don't feel the need to rush this. Make sure you're doing it properly, just to ensure that you're shooting yourself, shooting anybody else, and you're doing it properly. Okay? Alright, so ones, up on line.
One's good.
Alright. Is everybody online? Alrighty, so we are dry firing. So, step one, defeat your cover garment. So, grab your shirt, pull it up out of the way. Get a good grip on the gun. Okay. Once you guys have a grip on the gun, pull it straight up and out of the holster. Rotate it to the target. Beat both hands to the gun. And present the gun to the target.
When I do this, I usually drop it quick enough to grab it.
Okay. Once you guys have that good sight picture, good sight alignment, and you're done shooting, come back to compress ready. Okay. Once you're at compress ready, move your cover garment, make sure your holster is empty, and slowly and carefully insert your gun back into the holster. Okay. Is everybody reholstered?
Yep.
Alright, shooters, at your own pace. I want you to dry fire and do this motion about 3 to 4 times. Once you have that done, RSOs, thumbs up. Okay, at your own pace.
I'm here. My hand immediately comes up.
And do a trigger pull.
So way back here, and then
So at least you get the click. Yeah.
you're gonna shoot, and then like
Reset
check
your
it
trigger.
out.
Reset your trigger.
A little bit. A little bit. Just don't be in a rush to read. You have plenty of time.
Alright, shooters, once you feel comfortable with the draw, RSOs, thumbs up. All right, shooters, we're gonna commence a dry fire holster draw on the buzzer. All right. Once everybody's holstered, RSOs thumbs up. Shooters ready. Stand by. Holster when done. RSOs thumbs up when ready. Stand by. RSOs thumbs up when ready. Stand by. Alright, everybody to compress ready. Compress ready. Alright. Does everybody have eyes and ears on? Alright.
Yep.
Alright. Eyes and ears. Shooters, admin load. One mag of 10 rounds.
So, when you're watching the round going to check, so that you don't have to. Yeah.
Once your guns are loaded, go ahead and holster.
Here. You're kind of doing like just exaggerate.
RSOs, once the shooters are loaded and holstered, thumbs up.
Alright, while it's facing downrange, you're going to look, drop with the slide go. But you have to see it chamber the slide go. And then go ahead and hold.
Alright, RSOs, thumbs up when ready. Shooters, at your own pace, 2 shots on target. Stand by. Alright, once you are done shooting, go ahead and reholster. Look at your holsters, make sure it's clear. Insert slowly and carefully.
If you're reholstering, you got a lot of time. Just take your time.
Okay. Shooters ready. Stand by. Okay, reholster. RSOs, thumbs up when ready. Stand by. Thumbs up when ready. Stand by. Stand by. At this point, you should be empty. RSOs, unload, show clear.
Slide forward.
Hammer down and holster when you are done. Alright, once you are holstered, 1's offline, 2's up on line.
You don't have the
No. Here's if you want to. Does everybody feel a little bit more comfortable with drawing from the holster?
Yeah.
How many of you guys actually practice drawing from the holster with concealment? Good. Thank you guys for doing that. Definitely do that. Get more practice. That's really one of the biggest things with concealed carry is making sure you have a proper grip, proper form when you're drawing from the holster. You always want to make sure you get a good grip on it and you're not pushing your body. And again, equally too is important to make sure that your gun is properly going back into the holster. So again, take the time, make sure your holster is empty, make sure there's nothing obstructing it, carefully insert, make sure your holster is okay. So at this point, does everybody have 1 magazine with 10 rounds and 1 magazine that is empty?
Yeah.
Alright, so for the next drill that we're going to run is a speed reload drill. So to set that up, what we're going to do is we're going to take our loaded magazine, insert it to our gun, get that loaded, and we're going to take that empty magazine take the loaded magazine out of the gun, insert empty mag. What that's going to do is when you fire it, the slide should lock to the rear with the empty magazine inside. Does that make sense for everybody? Yeah. I'll demonstrate it just so you guys can see it. But one of the things I want you guys to spend focus on with this drill is placement for extra magazines. How many of you guys are running a sidecar holster that has an extra magazine attached to the gun itself? Good. How many of you guys are running a separate pouch on your hip that's holding an extra mag? And is that concealed over a shirt? And then how many of you guys are running it in your pocket? If you guys are running it in your pocket, you guys have it on some sort of device clip that is holding it properly, or is it just floating in your pocket? What's that?
Device.
Device? Is it floating in your pocket? Fine.
I'm floating.
Floating. You can use that. You can use that, or you can use the one in your pouch. That's fine. Yeah. What you really want to do for my guys, appendix holster is that sidecar. Typically what I do is when my gun's at slide lock, I use my thumb to grab, lift it up, and then my hand's gonna come down, grab it, and then I use my pointer finger to re-index the magazine to insert it into my gun. Okay. If that doesn't work for you, using the thumb method, what I do is scoop under and then grab it. You can always just grab the shirt and come down. Whichever way works best for you for this situation. For my guys with the pouches, if it's covered with the shirt, again, you're gonna have to lift your shirt up, make sure it's out of the way, and then grab the magazine from the pouch. For guys with the magazine inside your pocket, if it's not stowed properly with like a clip or anything like that, just reach in there, make sure that you have good muzzle awareness. Again, just good muzzle awareness when you're reloading, just make sure that you're not pointing it two parts to the left, 2 parts to the right, muzzling your gun down. Reach in your pocket, grab it as best as you can. And for me, again, what I do is index my pointer finger onto the front of the magazine. That way I have some sort of reference point to insert it into the gun, and I can load the gun. Okay. So, speed reloads. So, eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears.
So, I'm going to load, my gun's going to come out of my holster. I'm going to lock the slide to the rear. I'm going to take my loaded magazine, insert it to the gun, watch the gun or the slide go forward with the round chamber. Once my gun is loaded, I'm going to take my empty magazine. What I do for tactical reload is I keep my magazine just like this. The magazine released from my gun. My magazine's just like this. With the empty magazine, insert it into the gun, like so. Give it a tap. And then what I'm going to do is transfer my magazine to wherever pouch I'm going to use. So for me, it's going to be in my sidecar. You see that? So I'm going to insert it there. And this is going to be my magazine I use for the speed reload. Your preference if you want to use your gun on the side or in your pocket. Just make sure that your gun for the speed reload is carefully make sure that my holster is empty. I'll reinsert my okay.
One more time. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah. You guys can come closer too if you want to see.
so what you do is make sure you have your magazine in a place where you can access it, either your pouch or the one you want to use. And then I'm going to take my gun carefully and insert it in.
So this one.
So, we have our gun loaded. The magazine. I'm going to take out the loaded mag. I'm going to insert the empty mag into it. Whichever way you guys what I do. The main point is taking your empty magazine, taking out I just find it's easy to do this. Eyes and ears? Okay. So for this drill is from holster draw. One shot on target. I'm going to go to slide lock, and that's my speed reload. I can start reinsert on target. this point, once you guys fire your second shot, come to compress ready. Once everybody is at compress ready, I want everyone to make sure that the muzzle is downrange. Bend down, pick up your magazine, your empty one, come back up, take your loaded magazine out, insert your empty magazine into the gun, stow your loaded magazine back to the pouch you're going to reload from, and then reholster the gun. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yep.
Anybody have any questions or concerns?
We're gonna do the reset together. Yep. Everybody together. We're gonna do the reset.
Together.
Yeah, I just want to clarify, there's no real life situation where you would have to reload an empty magazine with your gun. This is specifically for this drill to induce the most common malfunction of running out of ammunition. Okay?
One more time. All right. Shooter ready. Stand by. All reset. Make sure we're shooting down range. Stand down. My magazine. Stand back up. Take out my loaded mag. Insert empty magazine. Stow my loaded magazine to my pouch, and then holster back in our gun back into my holster. Okay. Ready. So ones, up on line.
Go one side.
Your gun sighted? Good.
It's new and it came out the box.
Oh, okay.
But I know it's shooting left and low. It could be just I'm not used to it.
Thumbs up when everybody is online. Alright, once everybody is online, shooters, take your guns out of your holster and admin mode.
Just have you at the.
Good prep for the next one.
Okay, once your guns are loaded, take your empty magazine in hand. Take the loaded mag out of your gun and insert the empty mag to your gun. Once you have the empty magazine inside of your guns, stow the loaded magazine to your pouch or your pocket. Once you have your magazine stored in your pocket, shooters, go ahead and holster your guns. RSOs, thumbs up when shooters are loaded and holstered. Alright, shooters, on the buzzer, one shot, speed reload, and then one shot back on target. Shooters ready, stand by. Alright, is everybody at compress ready? Alright, muzzle's pointed down range. Carefully pick up your magazine. Everybody stand up. Once you have your magazine, take your empty mag out. Insert your empty mag into your gun. This is the tack reload we were talking about. Alright, stow your magazines. Once your magazines are stowed, go ahead and holster your gun. RSOs, thumbs up when shooters are ready. Shooters ready? Stand by. Alright, is everybody at compress ready? Alright, shooters, carefully pick up your magazines, muzzles down range.
For the next round.
Okay, RSOs, have the shooters prep for the next iteration.
So this time when you start out, try to keep your hands at your sides. So we need to try like that. Let
Let it go.
Okay.
Let the mag-
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Hold on. Can I do it?
different ways.
RSOs, thumbs up when the shooters are ready. Shooters ready? Stand by. Right? Carefully pick up your magazines, muzzles down range. RSOs have the shooters reset. RSOs, thumbs up when ready. Shooters ready. Stand by. All right, muzzles down range. Carefully pick up your magazines. RSOs have the shooters reset. All right, RSOs, thumbs up when shooters are ready. Stand by. Alright, at this point you should be empty. RSOs have the shooters unload and show clear.
Go ahead, holster.
Alright, is everybody holstered?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead, pick up your empty magazines. Step offline.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, one's offline, two's up online.
All the way out here.
No. Shooters ready? Stand by. Alright, muzzles down range, pick up your mags. Shooters ready? Stand by. Muzzles down range, pick up your mags and reset. Stand by. Shooters, unload, show clear, hammer down, and holster. Alright, everybody's holster, pick up your magazines. Alright, everybody bring it in.